Hello, everyone. Let me go full screen on this. It's been a while since the camp has ended. It's been exactly, what, 72 hours. Penguin and Stitch says hello to you guys as well. Now, I wanted to do kind of a surprise for all the facilitators and all the team that was involved. And I'm not a creative person. I'm not. I'm a tech person. I deal with tech on a daily basis, and that's what I do. That's what my living is. Well, technically, I deal with cybersecurity, but that's what I do. I deal with tech. I'm good with that, right? And I just wanted to do a very simple kind of a thing and maybe give a lesson as well as to how screens work. Now, when I say how screens work, you might be like, "How? What are you talking about? I mean, are you going to give us a like 15 to what 20-minute lecture about screens?" Yes and no. But hey, this is part of the surprise, so you bear with it. Grab a snack, grab a coffee, or whatever, right? Now, the screen that you're watching me on, probably it's on a mobile phone, right? Statistically, this is going to be on a mobile phone that you're watching this YouTube video on. If this also, this is on YouTube, you probably are not subscribed. So like bottom somewhere over here is subscribe. All right, that's my channel. That's my study channel. Subscribe. Hey, free promotion doesn't hurt. Now, back to the point. How does the screen work? Now, you're watching me on your mobile screen. Now, your mobile, fairly, if you would have gotten your mobile in the last 10 years, which is statistically more likely, your mobile is made up of LCD or OLED panel, right? Now, regardless of LCD or OLED panels, your mobile phone has something called a screen, obviously. Now, the screen over there on your mobile phone, you could see I'm actually recording it very close to just after dua. So, hey, to keep reciting dua. But if you notice, every single mobile phone, if you bring it up close, has a specific a kind of a pattern that goes into it. Now, what is that exact pattern? So, if I were to actually open up, this is the exact pattern that exists on your mobile phone. So, it is essentially a pixel. What we consider a pixel is actually just red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue. Right now, the artist among you, looking at you, Al Kavi Paima, right there, the artist among you might have already realized that red, green, blue are essentially the three different main colors that we use for additive or subtractive coloring. I don't know which is which. As I said, not a creative person. Up to you. But the smart people among you must have realized that red, green, blue is something that we used in a screen to have different colors reproduced. Now, now you might be like, Aman, but my screen shows me different colors as well. Like how my screen shows me a yellow color. My screen is showing me this white color, like this white color. How is that? Like, how is my screen doing that? Well, when I have red, green, and blue colors all shining at 100%, essentially, uh, you get what we called white, right? So red, green, and blue all together gives you white. Now, this is for a similar reason that the ink that we use in our printer, you might have noticed that there are four different types of inks. So you have C, M, Y, and K, right? CMYK is essentially the four different types of ink that we use in our printing, right? In that case, we are using an ink. On the display, we use red, green, blue, right? Now, what essentially happens is that in real life as well, when a camera captures a photo, right? When a camera captures a photo, the image sensor is something that looks something like this, right? This is the image sensor. And if I were to, let's say, take or steal the image from Wikipedia, this is what it might look like very up close, right? It has different levels of sensitivity for red, green, and blue pixels, for lack of a better word. Now, our eyes are very similar to that as well. Our eyes are extremely sensitive to these different colors. And you guys should get into why magenta as a color does not exist. But we can see magenta color. Research it on your own time. I don't have the time to get into it. But the point is, that's how screens work. Now, why am I telling you about this? Right? Why? What's the point? Why would you want to be learning 5 minutes deep into this video about this? Now, you might be like, hey, Aman, you promised a gift. So, what I'll do is, I'm going to start with our favorite. Should we start with Shaheen Maima or should we start with Shezwan sir or Shezan sir? I keep on saying Shezwan to him. But with all due respect, let's just start with him, right? Now, What am I talking about? What have I done? So what I've done here is I've taken an image, I've taken a normal image, I've taken out the pixels out of that image. All right, it's super easy. You can do that in Python using OpenCV. There are many, many, many different things. I'm not gonna do a Python tutorial right now to explain how I did that, but just trust me that I did that. Okay, so what I did is I took out the pixel values for an image. What image? You must have guessed what image we are talking about. And I've taken out these different values, red, green, blue. Now, in Google Sheets or in Excel, you have this amazing thing, which is what we call conditional formatting. So if I were to actually zoom in, let me just zoom in 200%, and let's just take this specific cell, A1. This has the value of 194. Okay, remember that. I'm just going to copy it. If I change the value to 0, hit enter, because of the way conditional formatting works, it just become black, right? That 0 means black, and the maximum number that this can support is, well, 2 to the power 8 minus 1, so that's going to be 255. So if I do 255 over here, hit enter, that's the most reddest of the red, or brightest of the bright red you could have, right? But if we go back to our original value, that is what 194 was. I can show that again with some green, let's say 169. Let's save that value. If I were to do 255, hit enter, that's the most brightest of the bright greens we could have. At least that's what your screen is showing to you, right? And if I just do Control Z, it's back to 169. If I were to, oh, it's going to take a few seconds to load. It's a lot of data. Oh, will you let me click it? Okay, yeah. So if I go to 169 again, and if I were to change it to say, I don't know, let's just try 70, hit enter, and it's going to be a darker shade of gray. Right? Makes sense? So far, everyone's catch up, everyone's doing good. Yeah. We're just changing different values and just using conditional formatting, and that's it. We can just go to format, conditional formatting, and we could see we have a color scale for different cells. This is what our screen looks like up close as well. I'm not going to give more proof, but remember, the next time you open up your screen, this is what it looks like. Okay, this same thing. Now, what does this actually make? So if you actually zoom out, what I've done is, once again, because I took out the pixels, if I actually zoom out, you might see that there is some sort of a structure. And once again, all I'm doing is just zooming out, right? There's some sort of a structure here. And if I just zoom out a little bit more, let's say, let's try 50%, I think that should be enough. And we could see that there is a phase that emerges, right? Now, when you look at it, when you zoomed in, it doesn't make sense. You're like, hey, what is happening, right? But up close, there are these different values. It's just red, green, blue, red, green, blue. And I think that's fascinating, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out if my browser lets me. Oh boy, I think we zoomed in too far. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out a few times more. And what you're going to do is you're going to see Shazan sir's photo show up. Now I stole this from his internet, from his Instagram, not internet, which is on internet. But this is the photo that exists of Shazan sir on Instagram. And you could see these random lines go through, like these random lines. They are an artifact because the way the image was processed, there were these different lines, and the program had no idea what to do with that, right? So now we have these random lines, and we do. This is what we call artifacting, by the way. This is super interesting. When you get into all of this data analytics and all of it, super, super, super interesting stuff. But what is happening is we have Shazan sir's photo, which is from Instagram, and this is what we did to his photo. All right. Now, if you go back to normal zoom level, go back to 100, and that's what I've done for all the facilitators as well as our favorite animator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open animator's Excel sheet that I have. And don't worry, I'm going to share the entire folder with all of you. So you could just go and check what is happening. And what I'll do is if I zoom out for 50%, you can see there, here it is, our lovely animator, right? And if I were to zoom out even further, you could see it makes an image. Once again, stolen from his Instagram, because I did not have his photo, or he refused to give me a photo of his. But this is what it is. This is how screens work. This is how colors work. This is how all of the science regarding all of it works, right? I'm going to show you my photo, and then we're going to call it a day. Obviously, I'm going to let you guys figure this out on your own. It only works with certain photos where the subject is like cropped in. I only have a limited amount of pixels to work with as well. It's a lot technical. It gets very technical very fast. But if you want to learn more about this, guys, this is super interesting. Also, yes, this video is also shared with the kids as well. So yeah, hey, everyone say hello to the kids. Now I'm going to zoom out and this is going to be my photo, which is inside a lift, and I'm wearing yellow. People call it mustard, butter, yellow, whatever. But yeah, this is my photo. And you could see the yellows are being represented. Even though there is no yellow in red, green, blue, you could see yellow. And that's thanks to your eyes, thanks to the evolution, and thanks to computers. Okay. Hopefully, you found all of this interesting. This was really fun. This is my gift from me to the facilitators as well as the camp in charge. There's also more sir in the folder. Figure it out. You'll find it. And that's about it. And once again, participants, people who are in the camp, or even facilitators, if you're interested with learning all of this super interesting stuff, reach out to me. I love talking about all of this. As you could see at like the 11 minute of the video, I'm still talking about it. So, hey, thank you for watching, and I'll see you probably in the next Ashay.